Chad? Yeah, good. You? Good. Here we go, boys. Orangeville Flyers versus the Oshawa Generals. Middlehurst off the draw, wins it back to Kraus, to Arkema in the neutral zone. Oshawa sent it back towards the Flyers blue line, a little back and forth to kick the game off. Oshawa chips it into the Flyers zone to the far corner. Kraus chips back to the corner, shot, scores. Not quite the way we wanted to start out. That was quick. Brown in for the draw, wins it. Neutralized, Brown drags it forward over to the blue line. Brown takes it wide to the far corner, thrown out front, missed just to the inside of the net. That puck will roll all the way down to the Flyers' end. Hobart in the near corner, just overskated a little bit. Generals pressuring quick. Hobart a dribble on the half boards, off the glass to the blue line and out. Clark to Critchley, he'll backhand that just over the blue line. Loose puck, everybody's overskating it. Generals get a piece of it. Brown sends it in the general zone. Played off the near boards, down the ice. That's gone for icing. Face off in the general zone. Middlehurst steps in to take it. Middlehurst wins the draw to the slot, picked up by the Generals. They'll get the red line and send it into the Flyers' end. Puck settles down in the near corner. Thompson pokes it forward. Middlehurst pumps his man to Brady. To the near boards for Martin. He'll chip it around the defense down the ice. Too far for icing. Reset. We'll take this one again deep in their own zone. Middlehurst wins another one to Martin to the blue line, kept in by the Generals. To the near corner, played behind the net for Brady on the far side. Brady leaves it there. Thompson's getting his stick held, no call. Middlehurst and Thompson behind the net. Middlehurst drops his man down and Thompson, 2 minutes for head contact. Middlehurst in to take the draw. Start off this power play. He wins it. Brady in the far corner. Gets bumped. Puck behind the net to the near side. Generals off the boards to the blue line to the point. Shot. Missed wide of the net. Generals chip it into the far corner for Brady. Brady gets there. Stabs it forward along the half boards. Picked up by the Generals back in the zone. Thrown in front. Shot. Missed just wide of the net to the near side. Generals pass it across ice to the far corner. To the blue line. Slot shot. Rebound out the near side. Generals throw it on net. Campbell blocks a shot with a skate. Later on the near side. Back in the corner, thrown out front. Nooks with a stick. Gets a piece of it. Dumped back in the corner. Brady. He'll pin along the boards. Behind his own net. Generals come up with it. Middlehurst got a piece to the blue line, not out. Shot. Missed everybody. Comes to the near half boards. Generals spinning. Blue line. Campbell got a piece of it. Clears that to center ice. Middlehurst in on the forecheck. Applying pressure. Both teams changing. Middlehurst, good job. Gets a piece. Gets it behind the net. Comes out to Mason in the slot. Shot. Passed across. Middlehurst didn't have a stick down. Middlehurst with possession in the far corner. Picked up by the Generals to the blue line and out to center ice. Back in the Flyer zone. Hobart in the near corner. Generals come up with it. Bring it out the far side, centering attempt. The Brown stick, he'll send that down the ice. 10 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Generals behind their net, send it hard out the near side. Back to 5-on-5. And Generals dump it in the Flyer zone. Tribble holds it there. Tries to get it to Hobart. Second effort. Hobart around the near boards to Thompson. Thompson up the near wing. Chips it to Brown. Brown in over the blue line. Through the defense. Goaltender plays it to the far corner. Mason gets it to Brown. Brown with a quick shot. And the goaltender hold that for a whistle. Brown in for the draw. He wins it. Arkema with a quick shot. Blocked in front. Arkema with the rebound. Throws it to the far side. Mason with the shot just wide. Arkema cycles off the board. Shot right in the logo. Shoot for the chest and makes it for an easy save. 5:46 to go in the first period. Brown in for the draw. Generals win one. They'll fire it off the backboards to the far side. Backhand to center ice, in over the Flyers blue line. Campbell with a good stick. Gets it offside. Touched by the Generals for the whistle. Brown in for the draw. Just outside of his zone. Brown got a piece of it, chipped into the end by the Generals. Played to the near boards for Mason. Mason cross ice, intended for Arkema, intercepted by the Generals. Back to Mason in his own zone. Clearing attempt, hits the Generals player. Back to Mason. Steps around one. He'll bring it out himself this time. Mason in over the blue line. Hits the brakes, gets a shot off. Loose puck. Arkema had it bounce over his stick. Brown back to the Generals in the Flyer zone. Campbell off the near boards. They'll chip it back in, cleared out by Campbell. Back to the General zone. Generals doing a good job passing it around, chipped in to the chest of Krause. Hughes drops that for Brown. Brown up the near wing, in over the blue line. He gets bumped. Loose puck, Brown to Mason. Mason with the shot, deflected. Through traffic, comes to Arkema at the half boards. Arkema centers it. Mason jumps on it, gets it to Brown. Just had a bounce. Brown chips it into the corner. Generals in the near corner. Shovel it to the half boards. Thompson's there, almost kept in by Arkema. Generals pick it up, back in the Flyer zone, cleared out by Arkema. Generals dump it back in the Flyer zone. Thompson in the near corner. Sends it across to Brady, lets it go. Middlehurst to the blue line for Critchley, who stabs it around the defense. Critchley gets hauled down. Generals at their blue line. Clark gets a piece into the zone, just popped out. Dumping attempt, hit Clark and gets a whistle. Just under 4 minutes to go in the period. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. Won by the Generals. Middlehurst capitalizes, gets it in the zone. Generals to the near boards. Critchley off the boards to Thompson in his own zone. Thompson off the same near boards. In over the blue line. Played to the blue line, kept in by Middlehurst. He gets bumped. Flyers clear. Missed pass. Middlehurst couldn't pull the trigger. He'll play it off the backboards. All three Flyers forwards are behind the goal line. Centering attempt by Critchley missed. Played to the blue line and out. Down the far wing. Back in the Flyer zone. Takes it wide. Comes out the near corner. Cross ice pass. Shot blocked. Just goes wide. Thompson picks up that rebound. Takes it out the far side. He gets bumped. Generals, man, wide open in front. Milks with the big save. No goal. There's a player in the net. And the net's off. That'll get a whistle. .3:05 to go in the first period. Flyers down by 1. Brown steps in to take the draw. Brown wins it to the corner for Tribble. Tribble tries to play it. Brown, Tribble battling for it. Loose puck out front. Picked up by Martin. He hits Moniz just in the skate. Moniz gets bumped, gets the puck to the blue line. Generals cleared it off their own player for the whistle. All the way in. Cleared over the boards by the Generals player from their own zone. Brown steps in to take the draw. Brown wins it to Moniz. Gives it to Tribble. Tribble with the shot. Hits a body in front. Comes to the near corner. Martin all over it. Generals send it out the far side. Tribble couldn't get there in time. Hobart gets back in the far corner. Hits the brakes. Gets it to Tribble at the half boards. He lets it go. Gets bumped. Brown picks up the loose puck. Gets Martin. Martin tried to hit Brown, picked off by the Generals, back to the Flyers blue line. Hobart fires up the ice into the Generals zone. They'll bring it out. Brown levels his man. Moniz picks up the loose puck and neutral ice, gets the red line and dumps it in. Cleared high, back to center ice. Tribble's back to pick it up. 2 minutes to go in the period. Tribble to Moniz. To Brown. Brown, Martin. Brown spinning, he gets taken down. And a whistle. Generals are going to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. And the Flyers are on the power play. Use this, boys. 1:54 to go in the period. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. He wins it in his feet, picked up by Arkema. Arkema off the boards for Mason. Mason getting some room, throws it across ice to the near corner. Arkema. He gets bumped, gets the puck in the corner. Middlehurst. Lined all alone, shot off the goal, off the pads. Middlehurst go with the puck. Kima going to the box for interference. Interference. Are these the same refs as yesterday morning's game? I don't know. They seem like it. Middlehurst steps in for the draw. 4-on-4 for a minute and a half. Kraus gets it to the point, kept in by the Generals. They'll fire it wide of the net. Rebound comes to the near side. Shot blocked, missed wide. Middlehurst bumps his man. Puck sails down to the near corner. Campbell. Generals get a piece of it first. Campbell behind his net, spins, comes out to the near side. Campbell hits Middlehurst, almost too far for icing. Brown steps in to take the draw to the left of the goaltender. He wins it to Clark. Clark stabs it to the blue line. Couldn't get it out. Shot, Milks with a pad save. Rebound steered to the corner by Thompson. Thompson bumps his man. Puck sent out down the ice. No icing. Goalie's out to play it. Clark on the forecheck. Comes to the Generals' blue line. No backhand pass that over the Flyers zone. Drop pass to the blue line, kept in by the Generals. They'll send it to the near corner. Thompson spins, sends it the other direction. Chipped it behind for Brady. Brady in the corner, gets it to Clark. Clark gets the blue line and sends it down the ice. Brown in on the forecheck. He beats out that icing. Brown in the far corner, gets bumped, loose puck to the half boards, picked up by the Generals. Clark keeps it in. Generals pick it up and skate it out of the zone. Generals get center ice, dump it in the Flyer zone. That'll do it for the first period. We'll have 6 seconds of 4-on-4 to start the second period. Middlehurst steps in to start the second period. Flyers are down by 1. Middlehurst wins it, gets it to Tribble. Tribble backhands that to the Generals' blue line. 26 seconds, or 20 seconds of a penalty. Generals in offside. Middlehurst back in for the draw. Middlehurst wins it. Critchley fires it to center ice, picked off by the Generals, who'll dump it in the zone. 5 seconds to go in the penalty. Tribble lets it go to the corner. Generals with the puck to the blue line. Shot deflected wide. Middlehurst hits Arkema just in his feet. Critchley on the far side in the corner. He'll slow it. chipped up to the boards by the Generals. Hobart runs over his man. Tribble at center ice gets to Arkema, who gets bumped at the blue line. Generals to the near boards, back in their own zone. A little mishandle. Critchley on his man. Clear to the Flyers blue line for Tribble. Tribble lifts that to Middlehurst at the Generals blue line and in the zone. Off the glass. Back to Tribble through his feet. Hobart gets back first behind his net. Leaves it there in the corner for Tribble. Tribble up the middle. Picked off by the Generals. They'll throw it towards the net. Shot. Milks with a big save. Loose puck. Rebound shot missed wide. Played along the half boards to the blue line. Kept in by the Generals. Chipped in deep. Thrown out front. Loose puck. And Milks will hold that for a whistle. Brown steps in to start or take the draw deep in the Flyers zone. 5-on-5. Brown wins it to the far corner for Campbell. Picked up by the Generals. They win the foot race. To the near boards for Krause. He'll send it to half boards for Monas. Monas up the near wing. Gets the red line and chips it in the zone. Generals get there first. They'll send it to the far side. Campbell's pinching. Miss red. Generals clear the zone. Martin with a great back check. Generals chip it in the zone. Krause gets there first. Off the boards. To the blue line. Kept in. Shot. Pad save by Milks. Rebound out the far side. Thrown towards the net. Loose puck. Milks holds that for a whistle. Brown in for the draw. He wins it. Campbell plays it off the backboards to the near point or near slot for Monas. Generals chip it back into the far side. There's a lot of standing around by the Flyers players. Brown bumps his men. Gets to Martin to the blue line and out. Brown takes the near boards. Martin picks up the loose puck. Generals steal it from him. Play it off the backboards to the near point. Brown bumps his man. Pucks it center ice. Krause with a great pass across to Martin, who sends it in the zone. Brown chases his man behind the net. Played to the blue line and out. Campbell. Across for Monas. In over the blue line. I'll call that offside. Middlehurst in for the draw. Won by the Generals, back in their own zone. Generals off the boards to center ice. Middlehurst picks it up in his own zone. Across to Brady. Up to Arkema. Couldn't hold that pass. Middlehurst back at his own blue line. In for Thompson off the boards to center ice. Generals just fire it back in the zone. Generals are offside by a mile. Mason takes a look. Brings it up the near side. Through center ice. Gets bumped. Puck in the far boards. Arkema picks it up. Spins. Has a look. Got his point man. Decides for the cross ice pass. Intercepted. Cleared out. Brady to Thompson. Thompson off Middlehurst. Stick to Arkema. Arkema brings it in the zone. Lost it there along the near boards. But gets the puck deep. Middlehurst steps into his man. Arkema wraparound attempt. Shot. Loose puck cleared to the far corner. Arkema runs over his man. Thompson pinching. Gets beat. Puck's up the center ice. In over the Flyers blue line. Brady lost an edge. Loose puck. Shot. Bad save by Milks. Rebound out front. Comes to Middlehurst. 3-on-2. Odd man rush. In over the blue line. Mason had to hit the brakes. Middlehurst in deep. Generals come up with it. To the far boards. They'll send it behind the net to the near side. 5:40 to go in the period. Generals cleared down the ice. Clark back in his own zone. Off the near boards for Tribble. He lets it go for Brown. Brown's got some room. Lets the shot go into the glove. First save. Brown in for the draw. He wins it in his skates to the blue line. Just out. Tribble at center ice. Gets Clark along the near boards. He chips it in the zone. Brown goes for the skate. Brown on his man. Puck's behind the net. Comes out to the far side. Hobor with a quick shot. Loose puck on Brown's stick. He tried to hit Critchley. Critchley with a shot. Blocked in front by the general stick. Cross ice pass. Clark bumps his man. Hobor with the puck. Hits Critchley at the blue line. He tips it. Comes down to the near side. In the general zone. Played off the boards. Brown had to hop over his stick. Generals get a piece of it into the Flyer zone. Generals with possession in the near corner. Behind the net. Thrown out front to Clark. He'll get it to the blue line. Kept in. Dumped into Hobart. He'll send it out the far side. Nobody's there. Maybe have a look, boys. Shot blocked in front by Tribble. Generals out front. Tribble reads that one well. Tribble to Clark in his feet. Generals dump it back in the zone. Hobart. Through everybody for icing. .409 to go in the second period. Middlehurst in for the draw. He wins it to Martin. Martin just hops over Mona's stick. Mona's gets held up. Mona's picks the puck up. Wrap around attempt, shot. Loose puck. Missed just wide. Middlehurst picks up the rebound in the near corner. Sends it behind for Martin. Martin back to the corner. Generals pick it up to the blue line. Krause dumps it back in the zone. Generals with the puck in the far corner. Across ice onto Martin's skates. Throws it towards the net. Moniz couldn't get the shot off. Neither could Middlehurst. Middlehurst back to the corner for Moniz. He gets bumped. Moniz comes up with it. Martin gets it to Middlehurst behind the net. Takes it to the far corner. Plays it back behind Martin. Tries to throw it up front. Krause walks in. Shots. And he'll hold that for a whistle. Come on, boys. Brown in for the draw. Scrum draw in the skates, picked up by Arkema. Arkema gets it in a little deeper. Generals come up with it. Mason, flying pressure. Generals backhand that down the ice. Too far, that'll be icing. Brown in for the draw. To the right of the goaltender this time. Brown wins to Arkema. Arkema back to the half boards to the Generals player. Kept into the blue line temporarily and cleared out over the boards. Face off back in the General zone. Brown to take it. Generals win that one to the far corner. Backhanded to the near side. Brady pinching. Wrong side. Picked up by the Generals. They'll bring it down the near wing. In over the blue line. Generals player out front. Cleared to the point. Kept in. Shot tipped high over the net. Thrown out front. Cleared out to the far boards. Mason sends it deep. for Brady behind his net to the near corner. Brady sends it back the other way to the blue line, kept in by the Generals. Thompson in his corner this time. Shovels it to Brady. Brady off the near boards to the blue line. Kept in. Steered towards the net. Rebound missed wide. Brady sends it to the Generals' door, but clears the blue line and out. Thompson behind his net picks up the loose puck to Arkema. Arkema straight to the Generals player. Generals back at center ice. Gets it across to the far boards, back to center and dumps in. Brady behind his own net, has a look. Pass it up to Brown skates. Arkema picks up that loose puck, takes it down the middle, lost it at the blue line. Generals back in the Flyers' end. Shot from out front. Milks will hold that for a whistle. Minute 20 to go in the period. Middlehurst steps in for the draw. Middlehurst gets it to Critchley at the blue line, kept in by the Generals. Hobart picks it up, clears the zone to center ice. Middlehurst wins that battle, takes it down the far wing. Around the defense. Middlehurst getting a bit of a hook. No call, and then he gets bumped. Middlehurst, Critchley steps in to help him in the near corner. Overskates it. Critchley bumps his man, Tribble's pinching, gets the puck to the corner. 50 seconds to go in the period. Critchley's getting punched. Yeah. Offsetting minors. Five on five. 47.5 seconds to go in the period. Middlehurst in for the draw. Generals win it. Gets to the near corner. Clark got a piece of it. Middlehurst out front. Turns, fires. Bad save. Rebound. Goes to the corner. Shipped off the boards to the blue line. Kept in by Hobart. He lets a shot go. Blocked in front by the Generals. Clark off the boards to the corner. Middlehurst tries to throw it out front. Martin tied up. Middlehurst comes up with it. 20 seconds to go in the period. Centering pass on Tribble's skate. Another shot. Lifted high in through center ice. 10 seconds. Played back to the Generals' blue line. Picked up by Martin. Let a shot go. Centering pass to Middlehurst. His stick was tied up. Couldn't get the shot off. And that'll do it for the period. to start the third period. Flyers need to score quick here. Brown steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. He wins that just out of Krause's reach. Krause. Straight to the Generals player. They'll dump it back in. Campbell off the near boards for Martin. He drops it there. Brown in over the blue line. He gets it to the near corner. Martin chips it off the boards. Settles down behind the Generals net. Monas tried to play it out front before he got bumped. Played to the blue line. Campbell sends it back in the General zone. Flyers clear and regroup and go back in. Generals played it behind the net to the far boards, back to the near side. Back in deep. Monas tries to hit it to Brown, but Generals come up with it. To center ice. Krause fire that back in. Flyers clear the zone and back in. Monas, Brown in on the forecheck. Played to the near blue line. Middlehurst on a bouncing puck, gets it to Brady. Brady sends it the opposite direction for Monas. He'll peel off for a change. Brown in on the forecheck. Generals in the far corner. Tied up in the linesman skates, off the glass, down the ice. That'll be icing. Middlehurst takes the draw. He wins that to Brady at the point. Brady with a quick shot, blocked in front. Missed wide of the net. Middlehurst in the near corner. Sends it back behind. Thompson pinching. Has it bounce over his stick. 2-on-1. Generals shot. Milks grabs that one for a whistle. Middlehurst in for the draw, deep in the Flyers zone. Won by the Generals. Mason almost got a piece of it. Shot from out front. Blocker save to the far corner. Generals pick it up. Played off the near boards. Middlehurst has the stick tied up. Generals dump it back to the corner. Played along the boards by Brady. Shot out front. Mason couldn't get it out. Shot. Bad save by Milks. Rebound to the far side. Middlehurst to Clark. Clark clears the zone to center ice. Generals dump it back in for icing. Brown steps in for the draw. Picked up by the Generals. Loose puck. Arkema has the stick lifted, gets the puck to the boards. Tribble pinching, gets it in deep. Generals pick it up. He gets hauled down. Martin keeps it in, gets it to Brown behind the net. Brown to Martin, just on his skates. Hobor kept it in. Deep, played back to the blue line, has a jump over, Tribble stick. Tribble gets back in time, spins to the blue line. Chip just over the gate. Brown steps in to take the draw. He wins it back. Arkema to Hobor along the near side. Hobor centers it to neutral ice. Nobody was home. Generals played it back. Picked up by Brown. He gets hacked. No call. Tribble up to Brown again. Brown in over the blue line. Lets a shot go. Blocked in front. Generals played to the far corner. Brown picks it up. Throws it to the net. Nobody's home. Hobor's pinching. Comes to the point. Martin keeps it in. Brown bumps his man, gets the puck, throws it up front. Martin with the shot, missed just wide. Arkema on the rebound, sends it back in for Brown before he gets dumped. Martin to Brown. Martin, Brown behind the net. Arkema steps in. He pins his man, he's going to the box. Flyers back to the box. Arkema, 2 minutes for boarding, I think they gave him. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. Gets it to Moniz. Moniz out over the blue line. He'll go chase it. Moniz played back to the blue line by the Generals. Out the far side. In over the Flyers' blue line again. To the far corner. Tribble keeps them there. Generals to the point. Shot. Blocked in front by Tribble. Cleared to the blue line by Moniz. Middlehurst clears out of the zone. Generals back in through neutral ice. To the Flyers' blue line and in. Shot. Mile over the net. Rebound goes to the far corner. Played to this point. Back into the corner. Thrown out front. Blocked by Campbell. Campbell battles behind the net. Out front. Shot. Pad saved by Milks. Nope. They scored. Brown steps in to take the draw. Brown wins it to Campbell. Campbell off the near boards. Just wide. Goalie out to play it. Clear to the blue line. Hops over Krause's stick. Krause missed the backhand clearing attempt. Generals pick it up in their own zone, or in the Flyers' end. Campbell gets a piece of it and sends it down the ice. 10:18 to go in the third period. Brown in for the draw. He gets a piece of it. Brady off the far boards. Through neutral ice. Clark in on the forecheck. Line pressure. Critchley couldn't hold on to it. Played to the center ice by the Generals. Back in the Flyers' zone. Brady dumps it in deep behind his net for Thompson. Thompson in the near corner. Drives it forward to the half boards. Critchley off the boards to Clark at center ice. Clark gives it to Brown. Brown drives the net. Still has it. Shot. Covered by the goaltender before he gets a little shove. Brown in for the draw. Brown wins it in his feet. Clark gets a piece of it, kicks it forward, picked up by Critchley, who turns and fires it back in the corner. Brown kicks it behind the net to the far side, picked up by the Generals to the blue line. Brady couldn't keep it in. Brady to Clark through his feet along the boards to Critchley. Critchley dumps it in the zone. Generals to the far half boards, to the blue line and out. Critchley spins, hits the red line and dumps it in the zone. Brown coming along the near boards, picks it up before he gets bumped, gets the puck behind the net. Brown to Critchley. Critchley throws it off net, shot. Couple rebounds, saves by the goaltender, cleared out behind the net to the near corner. Thompson pinching, sends it behind. Brown bumps his man, gets the puck off the boards. Brady in deep, gets it behind the net. Generals around to the blue line, hops over Thompson's stick. Thompson back in the zone, cleared out. Critchley at center ice. Critchley gets the red line, backhands that into the zone, played out by the Generals, and they'll fire that down the ice. Tribble in his own corner on the far side, couldn't reach it. Gets a piece for Moniz. Moniz gets bumped. Thompson with the puck, lifts that to center ice, down Too far for icing. .809 to go in the third period. Middlehurst in for the draw. Won by the Generals, played back to the point, shot in the chest of Milks. He'll hold that for a whistle. Flyers will reset. Middlehurst again on the draw. To the far boards, played off the boards by Tribble. Middlehurst to Monas. Monas in over the blue line. He gets taken down. Loose puck. Picked up by the Generals. They'll blast that out. Down center ice. Back in the Flyer zone. He hits the brakes. Lets the shot go. Milks recover that for a whistle. Middlehurst back in for the draw. Generals win it. Turn, fired wide of the net. Rebound to the near side. Generals at the point. Shot blocked in front by their own player. Turns, fires. Missed wide. Generals D pinching. Loose puck in front. Milks holds that for a whistle. Loose puck cleared out of the way. Monas to the blue line and out. Mason plays it behind him. Generals pick it up at center ice and fire it back in the zone. Hobart on the near side to Mason at center ice. Mason turns, tries to hit Monas. Generals pick it up back in the Flyers zone. Loose puck off the skates of Hobart, picked up by the Generals. Middlehurst got a piece of that to break that play up. Generals with possession behind the Flyers goal. To the near half board, dumped back into the corner. Generals thrown out front, past everybody. Mason in a foot race. He's got a bit of a stride. Mason in on the blue line. Shot, scores! Flyers goal scored by number 22, Justin Mason. 6:37 to go in the third period. Brown steps in for the draw. The crowd's alive now. He wins it. Martin chases his man into the zone. Brown couldn't quite get a stick on it. Generals clear that down the ice for icing. Brown in for the draw, deep into the General zone. He wins it to Martin. Martin lets the shot go wide of the net. Arkema and a pinching Brady keep it in deep. Brown sends it behind the net. Generals send it out the near side. Campbell pinches. Puck comes to center ice. Arkema across for Brady. Brady's got some room, gets the red line and dumps it in. Martin along the boards. Gets it in. Brown gets taken down. No call. Cleared all the way down the ice. No icing. Campbell behind his net, sends it out the far corner for Brady. Brady spins, gets bumped, leaves the puck in the corner where he gets hauled down. Run over. Generals come up with it. Brown with a good stick breaks up that play. Brown along the near boards. He'll skate it. In over the red line. Through the blue line. Brown drop pass for Arkema. Wasn't paying attention. Arkema got a piece of it to Martin. Martin in his feet into the corner. Generals cleared to the near boards. Kept in by Campbell, who sends it back in the far corner. Martin backhands that, intended for Brown. Picked off by the Generals. Played to the blue line. And finally out. Generals down the near boards. Misplayed. Chips it in over the blue line. Generals chip it in behind the goal. Thompson. Hobart bumps his man. Loose puck out front. Cleared off the far boards by Arkema. Martin in the general zone, just over his stick. Generals pick it up, back in the Flyers' end. Shot. Milks will hold that for a whistle. Middlehurst in for the draw. Won by the Generals, played back to the point. Shot from out front. Milks with the save. 4.5 minutes to go in the third period. Flyers are down by 1. Middlehurst back in for the draw. Another one won by the Generals. Spinning, quick shot. Blocker saved by Milks. Rebound, loose puck. And it's in. Clear those out of there, guys. Don't let them stand there and shoot 10 times. Middlehurst on the draw, wins it. Picked up by the Generals, and they'll chip it in the Flyers' end. Thompson back in the far corner. Sends it along the boards to the blue line, kept in. Critchley with a good poke at it, clears the zone, picked up by Middlehurst. In over the blue line, takes it wide, spinning, throws it out front. Cleared out of the zone by the Generals, down the near boards. Thompson is back, plays off the boards. Middlehurst picks it up, he gets hauled down. Shot, blocker save, and they'll clear it out. Finally, Oshawa gets a penalty for tripping. 3:51 to go in the third period. Brown steps in to take the draw. Monas had his stick tied up, cleared to the blue line, kept in by Tribble. Tribble to Middlehurst after Tribble gets run over. Loose puck, Monas scores! Good goal, boys, good goal. Flyers goal scored by number 14, Joe Monas. Give the assists to Brownie and Tribble. Brown on the draw, gets it to Monas, in over the blue line. Lots of traffic. Monas picks up the loose puck, shot off the top of the glove, bounces just over the net. Flyers overskated. Generals pick it up in the near corner. Played off the glass to the blue line. And out. Generals at the red line, chipped it in. Campbell tried to clear it out, pass to Monas at center ice. Monas off the defense skates. Puck comes out. Brown picks it up. Back to Campbell in his own zone. Campbell to Mason along the near boards. Back to Campbell. Stretch pass intended for Monas, hops over his stick. That'll be icing. 2:58 to go in the third period. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. Scrum draw picked up by the Generals. Quick shot off the side of the net. Generals in the near corner. Middlehurst keeps it there. Thompson back to Middlehurst to the far side to Brady. Brady along the boards, picked up by Arkema. Arkema down the far wing. Sends that no man's land. Thompson gets there. Chips it to the blue line. Middlehurst helps it the rest of the way in the zone. Quickly cleared out by the Generals. Generals off the boards, down the ice. Brady in his own zone. Hits Arkema. Back in by the Generals. Cleared out, dumped back in. Brady behind his own net, picks up the puck, has a look for it. Pass intended for Arkema, it hits a General stick and into the mesh. Just over 2 minutes to play in the third period. Brown steps in for the draw. From draw, Brady gets it to Monas on the far wing. Monas gets the red line, chips it in. And he'll pick up the puck himself off the side of the net. Kept in by Brady, behind for Critchley. Critchley throws it out front. Brown gets run over, no call. Where's the charging call there? And the Flyers are going to call a timeout with 1:48 to go in the period. These refs are magical today.
Holy, they're bad, eh? Yeah, well, our yesterday game was horrible. They were nothing. They called nothing. Like, your son was fucking screaming. Like, when it was quiet like this, he's like, oh. Like, I wouldn't hit on the other side of the
All right, here we go. Flyers with an empty net, 6-on-5. Brown in for the draw. Brown wins it. Middlehurst chips it behind the net. Brown, Critchley, all behind there to help it out. Out front on Monas' stick, but he had it stabbed back in behind the net. Weird. To the blue line, down the ice. Missed just wide, and that'll be icing. 1:30 to go in the period. Brown steps back in to take the draw. From draw. Middlehurst with the stick, with the puck. Gets it to Critchley, who gets taken down. Monas. He gets bumped from behind. Monas still with the puck in the corner. Monas out front. Loose puck. Thrown on net. I guess the net is off. Brown back in for the draw. Brown. Middlehurst. Cross ice intended for Hobart. General stab at it. Clear the zone. Campbell back in his own zone. Leaves it for Brown. Brown through center ice in over the blue line. Takes it wide before he's hooked. And that's a penalty. They got to see that one. Middlehurst with or Hobart with the backhand. Generals touch it for the whistle. Flyers are cheating with a quick timeout here for 6-on-5. 6-on-4 for 2 minutes or less. 1 minute to go in the period. Brown in for the draw. Won by the Generals. They'll fire that down the ice. Hits his stick. That's goaling. And it's in the net. Flyers win it. Tribble back in his own zone to Hobart along the near side. Hobart couldn't hold on to it. Generals dump it back in the Flyers zone. Tribble behind his net, picks up a loose puck. 30 seconds to go in the period. Brown up the far wing. Still with it. Brown in over the blue line. Cutting hard to the net. Shot. Loose puck. Mason with the rebound. Shot. And the goalie's out with no glove on. Yep. 20 seconds to go. Brown in for the draw. 6-on-4. Brown to Tribble to Hobart. Hobart winds up with the shot. Steered wide to the far corner. Mason gets bumped. Mona's out front to Middlehurst. Couldn't get it, couldn't connect. Hobart keeps it in. Brown to Middlehurst. Middlehurst with a shot off the pad. And that'll do it for the game.